And we're live. Morning, nice and decent people. Morning. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people who tuned in earlier, accidentally pressed the button and people started coming in. But I'm here, Medea. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up and shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you because you're out there and work hard for what you want. And you're not involved in any foolishness and friggery. So you are not caught up. I have to divert this morning. I said something different from the beginning before I even forget it. I see my brothers and sisters doing some things, taking some risks in the name of fame and in the name of notoriety and in the name of getting money. Y'all do know that it's 2022 and there's a whole lot of legal ways to get money, right? Check it out. Anywhere I can get a $1,000 extra is good for me. I'm good with that. And I work hard with that and I try to flip that and I make sure that I keep my family safe and myself safe. May we go and make my little mickle make a muckle. You understand? This thing that y'all are running down, man, and the risk that y'all are taking, I'm convinced that someone is suicidal. Yeah, on a must. I'm convinced that some of you don't know the value of life. You don't. It's obvious. People, this morning we got a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about a few things on the board. Rest in peace to Takeoff from the Migos. We're going to start off with that. Gone at 28 years old. I don't know how the group combined is worth between 80 to $100 million. You came from nothing to a whole lot, not just something, and end up in these kinds of situations. But we're going to get into that. And on the tail of that, I have a message, genuine message that I want to give to the hip hop rap / dance hall community. Because y'all know it's the same pretty much, right? On the city trend. All right, so we're going to talk about some of that. We're going to talk about Offset too, Cardi B's husband, and how he dodged a bullet. Jamaica, Slickianna, the social media influencer who was found floating face down with wounds. She's deceased. Sad story. Person of interest, Rushane Patterson, is set to meet with law enforcement in Jamaica on Thursday. Today is Wednesday. Happy hump day, everybody. He's set to meet with the JDF or JCF tomorrow. Let's see if that happens. But we're going to talk more about that as well. And also, a big story, a brew out there. And I'm not speaking on it yet. A lot of people want me to speak on it, but I'm in a run-in because I like to get facts straight and I like to get proper information. So we have vet some information right now, but a huge story is brewing, a huge story involving well-known persons. But when I put my foot in it, it's going to be 100, right? So we'll wait for that. In the meantime, Jah Cure will be our other topic this morning as he was further remanded in prison in Netherlands. And we'll do the update on that and all these things. So much going on. We're such a festive people. We always a keep. And most of the time, it's not even in a good way. But here we are. So let me big up some people for coming in here this morning and tuning in, for come taking the vibes and the reasoning. Don't forget, the phone lines are open, so feel free to call in 1-806-587-8953. And on WhatsApp, you can call in for free. I'm going to write it on the screen, 1-806-587-8953. Feel free to call in, all right? Big up some people this morning. Let's start with the first one in the building, and that was Carrie-Ann Jones. Carrie-Ann Jones, thank you for being the first one in this morning. June O'Brien is in the building this morning. Asarin Odetta is here. Candice on the beat is in the building this morning. Stacey Ann Williams is here as well. Good morning, Jane Ander. Good morning, Sean Cassell. Thank you for being here, my bro. And hey, like up the live, please hit that thumbs up button. Help these videos to trend on YouTube so that the platform remains relevant and we can be here for some time to keep this party going. If you enjoy the party. So again, Candice on the beat, SRN Odetta, Stacey Ann Williams, Jane Ander, Sean Cassell. Clean D is in the building this morning, watching. Stash there. Donna Davis is here. Perlis123 is here. Denzel Gale is in the building. Bromo Wright, happy Wednesday, little bro. And to your lovely family and all the Morning Thoughts family, many blessings. And same to you too, my sister. Manners and respect. Soldier 819 is in the building this morning. Andrea Chervis is in the building. Mr. Article Dunn. Wayne Nathan, Senior Sexy, Virtuous Fire is here this morning. Nikki B there. King Biggs is here. Morning fam. Sharon Spence is here. Lessa Steph, used to be Stevens, is here. Morning. Karen Notice is here. Michelle Howell is here. Debbie Jervis is here. Dorothy T, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. Marilyn Grant, Marvin the Point, Jamaica Kerr is in the building. Roxy 21. Diana Thomas is here. DR Dea. Sharon Ingram is here. Marcia Walters. And, if I not say your name, like O St. John, Patsy Barrett, and Purple Royal, and again, O St. John. Big up on yourself, and thank you for being here this morning. Let's get into our topics. All right. We haven't done this in a while, so where do you want to start? Do you want to start out with the Rushane Patterson? This morning you have a choice. You want to start out with the Rushane Patterson situation and the Slickianna thing, the person of interest that was asked to turn himself in and one bag of something. There is actually a new story, a new letter that was written by a lady about her interaction with Rushane as well. And them kind of something there. So if y'all want to start out there, or do you want to start out with the RIP to Takeoff and how Cardi B's husband dodged a bullet and the message to the hip hop and dancehall community? Or do you want to start out with Jah Cure? It's up to you. I will give you 60 seconds to choose. The floor is yours. If you don't choose, somebody will choose for you. I know some people say just start anywhere, SouFLo, it's good. It's up to you. T. Needed. RIP. Rushane. Cure. Jano. I know I said the 3 topics. RIP. Rushane. All right. Cure again. Cure again. Cure again. Come to give you more again. All right, Jah Cure. Can't sing like you, but one will it. All right. So y'all know that our brother, Jah Cure, RIP. The RIP is shorter. No, the RIP longer. Me I go roll with it from y'all. Jah Cure, dancehall, dancehall to some degree, but reggae, crooner, bad singer. Jah Cure. Behind these prison walls, doing my best, doing my time. Jah Cure. Reggae crooner Jah Cure was ordered to remain in custody as he awaits his appeal hearing. The artist was sentenced to 6 years in prison for the attempted manslaughter of a Dutch promoter last year. He was tried on lesser charges and convicted on lesser charges. However, the prosecution says the judge made an error. And in the Netherlands, there is room in their laws for the prosecution to bring the case all the way back to court again, to challenge the judge's ruling, and if it is overturned, to go ahead with a steeper charge, attempted murder, which would bring more years. Cure is appealing. I said this before, we're not going to kick our brother while he's down, but sometimes resistance is futile, although I'm not going to down a man that's trying to fight for his freedom, so to speak. But sometimes when you put your foot in the doo-doo, you just have to accept that your foot is in the doo-doo, right? The Netherlands Public Prosecution Office said that the hearing was routine and that nothing new or different, as it is often conducted to extend the court's right to hold a suspect while he awaits his hearing. So there's also room in their law where he could have been let out on some kind of monitoring while they revamp the case and do what they have to do. They decided, no, you're going to stay locked up until your new court date comes where we will go ahead with this. All right. Jah Cure is actually appealing his sentence on several grounds, including that the sentence is excessive and that the judge failed to take into consideration the fact that his claim of self-defense was not allegedly properly considered. Ooh. Some people are say, just go ahead and do your 6 years, brother. Nobody fight the people them, cause next thing them, they look at you and be like, who you think you are? you have a lot of huevos. Spanish people call it, what's the balls? You have a lot of that. So not only did you stab somebody, King Big says, so stabbing someone isn't excessive. Yeah, not only, but it was on the grounds of self-defense. And Cure is still saying that it was self-defense and he's going to fight it and appeal on these grounds. One of the grounds is that, including that the sentence is too excessive. 6 years for stabbing somebody is too excessive. And that the judge also failed taking into consideration the fact that his self-defense claim was not properly considered. Because him go court and him say, yeah, thank you, Stash. One word, voice note. Or is that 2 words? Voice note. Cure frigged himself when he did that. When Jah Cure put himself deep when he did that, the voice note. If you did, go do your thing and you do your thing and wait for the man in Dam Square and did what you did. Teach him a lesson like you said you was gonna teach him. Stab him how much 1,000 times like you said you was gonna stab him on record. If you didn't do the whole recording thing, you could have said something else, but you did the whole recording thing, my friend, and them have it. And that is actually the reason why the prosecution said the judge made a mistake in Jah Cure's case, because the prosecution is saying, how could you try him on attempted manslaughter when this was premeditated attempted murder? We have the proof. It's right here. He said everything he was going to do before he did it. He recorded it before he did it, and he did exactly what he said in the recording he was going to do later. That's planning, proof of premeditation. I don't know if Jah Cure feel like, boy, when you're locked up, right, and you're begging or you're longing for your freedom, you try anything, you leave no stones unturned. And I guess that's what he's doing. But all this lawyer money where that's right here, my brother. Like I said to people before, though, Jah Cure is not broke. Jah Cure is far from broke. Jah Cure is actually really rich. Jah Cure also, so he might have the money to throw at the situation. See, he also will not stop getting money because he owns all his stuff and his stuff is still out there in the world selling. See? So, and on top of that, I'm sure after Cure, those 6 years and come out, somebody is going to be ready to book him for a show. So he'll still have his lifestyle pretty much. Maybe he'll be banned from a couple of places to include the Netherlands, which is a huge market. But Africa had open arms for him and he was there. And the motherland has how many countries? So he can go anywhere Deso and other places as well and pick up a check. But he's butting heads with the system. And you know how them do when you butt heads with the system. I think Cure was lucky to get away with 6 years in the first place. And him should have just left it at that, do him 6 years. That's me. If it was me and I got that far, I would say, you know what? I escape the attempted murder charge and the premeditated charge. I'm just going to do this little 6 years and then fix myself right and come out. You know, enough people are saying, boy, I hope him get the proper counseling in need. Because I did some research on the facilities there, and it's like that. Their prison system is they have counselors, they have one-on-one counseling, they have art and other kinds of classes. I still prison. but it's a far different kind of prison from the hellhole prison that he was in before. A lot of us think he was traumatized from before the time he did in Jamaica, and I've said this before, Cure is not no big strong man where people are gonna automatically feel like, I won't try him because it looked like it'll be a hard fight. You know, when little dudes go to prison, all kind of things go on in there, so you have to be certain kind of way to defend yourself. And it was definitely a traumatic couple of years for him. He didn't have any time to decompress and heal and look at what just happened to him and plan properly to how he was going to move forward, put some precautions in place and stuff. He didn't have all that time. He came out of prison with a hit song, a song that hit globally before he even got out, right when he was getting out. So the time that prison gate fly and Jah Cure foot touch road, bookings were up and ready. Everybody wanted him. Book him over here, so book him over there, so book him. We were wondering, damn, he's flying a lot. This is the life. To go from such low to such highs, something to give thanks for, man. You know, a lot of people go that route and never make it back. Even when they come out physically, they never make it back to being a productive person, progressive person in society. And he did. And here we are. Brother, you talk upon the record. The people them have it. You say I was waiting in Dam Square and I have the knife on me and I even take off all my jewelry and I want to stab him about 70,000 times. I'm going to teach him a lesson today. You said all of it before you did it and then do it. Hold your six. That's my advice for Jah Cure. Hold your six. So all the Jah Cure fans wondering what's happening to Jah Cure, he has an upcoming court date. He was initially charged and attempted murder and attempted manslaughter, and they threw out the attempted murder charge. And the prosecution appealed the case, and they want Jah Cure to be retried, and they think they have a good case where they can find him guilty of attempted murder. He's fighting all of that. He's appealing the sentence he got, and he's fighting that as well. A date has now been set for the appeal hearing to be decided. In the meantime, Jah Cure, who turned 44 years old after he got locked up, spent his 44th birthday when he should have been celebrating freshly in lockup in the Netherlands. He will be looking forward to his new court date, and the new court date is sometime in January of 2023. I forgot what the exact date was. Good luck to him. And I hope him make it out and become a better person. But that's where he's at. Somebody says, Karen Notice says he's fighting a losing battle. I never down people when they're fighting. I feel like he's fighting a losing battle at this point as well. I think he was really lucky to get off with what he got off with. But, you know, when people in a them situation, if you have the money to throw at it, you're not just going to sit down and rob. Some of us would, like I probably would. I would have just said to myself, say, you know what, at this point, all this money me I spend on lawyer, I gotta just throw it in my children, them savings fund, or, you know, they put it in a trust fund, or put it over there in an investment, or let it go and turn wheels until 6 years from now and see what the profit is from it or something. Because throwing all that money to attorneys can't be cheap. It can't be cheap. And him have good lawyer. So let's put on the money, do your little time. It's not a violent prison you're in where them stab up people and do all these kind of things. For them, prison look like some college dorms. He living in the hood. Just put it like that way. You move to the hood with less violence and you're going to be there for a while. Right? Karen Notice says, don't forget where he is. What do you mean? Like them probably might not like him there and all that? Jah Cure probably a whole concert in there. He probably in there singing. He probably in there singing, and they're probably in there happy to have him there. At least I hope that's the case. I hope they're not ragtagging, dragging him in there. You little black monkey. You know, them stay already. Some of them can be like that. Soldier says he's lucky he's not an American, it's not in an American prison. Listen, if you stab somebody the way how Cure stabbed Amanda, and you said it all on tape before you did it, and that was in the US, 6 years, you could take that off the table. You doing about 25. You're doing about 25, and definitely the attempted murder and premeditated charges, they would stick. They would stick. So, yeah, be lucky you weren't in America when you did that. More pride to him, more power to him. You know, the man will get stabbed up, him feel it, him really feel it. But I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I said this too. You have to understand this, and this might be a lesson for all of us in here. Check this out. If you're feeling mischievous, right, and you feel like you want to start something with somebody, please remember this. You might be a 50%er. You know, like some people start ruckus, but they're only willing to go 50% of the way. You might be a 20%er, you might be a 10%er. You say something and instigate and then run and go about your business and blame everybody else. Some people might act like they're going to jump in, act like they're feeling froggish and they want to do it. You have some people out there, though, that will lose their own life and their own freedom just to teach you what it is they're trying to teach you today. In Jah Cure's situation, that's exactly what happened. The man worked the artist, the singer, never pay him, and he's done it to others before. So Jah Cure made up his mind. He consciously thought this out because he must have known that prison time are gonna come behind this, or some kind of trouble would have followed this. Him said, nah, forget all that. I'm gonna teach Papa today, say. Remember, I know he was gonna teach Papa, said, no make no man disrespect him like that and treat him like that. And you see, after today, wait till him come. You want to stab him like 70,000 times. Stab him till him gushy. I'll teach him a lesson. You got some people that really are like that, and they will go 100 with you. That's why I keep it humble out the road and sidestep. Whoa, sir. Jane Anders says, your mouth I go put you in a problem. That would be 60 instead of 6, 25 to life. At least he would have been doing in the US. Do the crime so you do the time. He's going to be okay. Stop paying lawyers, says Karen Notice. And Patty Barron says, don't ramp with me. Yeah, some people are like that. And we go 100 in. And you remember that. So the next time something comes your way, think to yourself quickly. Am I a 100 person or am I a 50 person? Me know say me is a 100 person. That's why I stay far from people and stay far from confrontations and all that. I have children out here that depend on me that I'm trying to raise. You know, I have other people that depend on me. I have a family together. Me love my life too. Let's not get that part twisted. I might not be making scammer money, drug dealer money, and all the other crazy money that these people are making, but me take me little mickles and make my muckles. And just like my granny said, so I'm doing fine. You might have better cars and nicer cars than me. You might travel more than I do, or you might go to places and see things more than I do and live in a something flashier than I am able to afford. But I bet you're not happier than me. I bet you're not happier than me. And I bet your spirit ain't as free as mine. All right. That part. That's worth more than money can buy. All right. Lorraine Blair Baker is in the building this morning. Says, good morning, SouFlo and family. And the world is in trouble, but we must continue to strive to be our best selves. Yes, them can have a whole heap of nice things, but I bet them not happier than me. You see, when you're genuinely happy and you genuinely appreciate life, you'll be patient. You will work, you will grind, and stop risk your life and the stupidness for stupidness. Because all this is stupidness. With the Jah Cure part out the way, let's get into the RIP to Takeoff. Gone at 28 years old. And how Offset, Cardi B's husband, dodged the bullet. First of all, let's say this before I forget. Sometimes when you see your life rearranging and things look like they're falling apart, I've seen a saying that says they're actually being put together properly. You know, people look at the Migos, a wildly successful group, breaking up, and $80 to $100 million we playing it with, and you about to walk away from all this, right? So the group does its breakup and whatever. Cardi B's husband, Offset exits. If you know Offset's record, you will know that if he was with Takeoff and Quavo, his other two bandmates, at that event in Texas, he would have been all in the sauce because he is the live wire of the group. I said that brother had dive off a stage head first one day to fight people in the crowd because he was performing and somebody must have threw something up there and he just snapped in the middle of his performance. If you ever seen a performer get off stage mid-performance, put the mic down to beat some ass of somebody in the crowd, that was him. That he's a wild boy. So I know for sure he would have been there. Somebody said, yo, SouFlo, you know, said not only been there, he probably would have been the one that got killed, or he would have killed somebody because he really is a live wire. Now look how God changed the man's life, right? Or look how he changed his life then. The man getting my wife. So we're getting up in age. We're not kids anymore. Quavo's 31 years old. We're not kids anymore. This ain't 21. This is 31. We're heading up closer to 40 than we are to teenage years and, you know, stupid actions. He got himself a family. He got himself a wife and get himself some children, some responsibilities. You know, my uncle them always said, don't hang out and keep friends with people who have less responsibilities than you. You know, it's like a married man going to the club every weekend with his single friends. Trouble. Married woman going to the club same night, same thing, every weekend with her girls. Trouble. Never find nothing good in the club yet. A bit of excitement, but that short-lived excitement. Nothing beneficial, substantial. And most people who find their partners in a club, the relationship ends up being tumultuous. Anyhow, and end up a dead somewhere down the line. Anyhow, this man's life changed. He had responsibilities. On the night when his bandmate was being shot to death and out there getting in trouble, playing CeeLo, dice on the floor with hood ninjas that had guns and are not your friends or close associates. Don't know why they were even in that environment in the first place. Because if I'm worth that much and I've been that successful, call me anything you want to call me. I'll sell out. I'll take it. But I don't hang around certain people. And I don't go certain places. And if I do, it would have been under heavy security. Get in, get my money, get out. While all that was going on, Offset was with his wife and his children doing trick-or-treat. You know, you take the kids out with their little basket, you go to the neighborhood, you ring doorbells, you get candy, all that other stuff. Some people might not like it and say a devil thing and all this, but yeah, it's traditional and people do it, right? He was out here doing family stuff. It was still a togetherness element and an innocent element to it. Now me understand more than ever how and why I've grown into this kind of a person. There's a lot of stuff to do, especially my part of Florida here. Not too far. I have Orlando right there. I'm situated in the middle. You got Miami right there. It gets wild and other places. But every time I go somewhere, I start thinking, oh, my couch is so comfortable. I can't wait to reach home. Because I feel safe within the confines of what I have built. I feel safe inside of my house. Out the road, I run red, my friend. And you just can't be in certain places. So that is how Offset dodged a bullet. He was actually on social media posting, and he posted a video clip of him dressed as the Joker. Well, you know, Puff Daddy was the Joker, and and so people were commenting and was like, "Nah, take that off, bro. Go put something else on." Puffy already did it. He's the Joker forever now. and he's laughing about it. Innocent stuff. Showing the kids, wifey, all this stuff. We're out having fun, our Halloween costumes, dressed up as a family. And your other two, who were your closest, where he would have been everywhere they would have been just that time. If that's not a wake-up call for you, I don't know what is. Yeah, and wifey was dressed like a sexy Marge Simpson. And they turned the whole night into an event, doing family stuff. It's so sad to see Takeoff gone at 28 years old. 28. And I'm saying to my brothers and sisters, man, that our generation now this is the first time in history that you've seen so many young, black, wildly successful people. Some of us are so successful that even our great-grandparents couldn't fathom the levels of success that would have came our way, because things were so different back then for them. They were thinking, yes, maybe we'll get some more freedom and and look at how we're living now. And you risking all that? I said, call me a sellout, right? If I decide to stop going around certain types of my people where they congregate, hang out, stuff like that, it's okay. I'll be all that. You know what I noticed with the sellout them? They're able to grow old. I watch their beard go from black to all gray, and women still call them sexy. I watch I don't know what it is, this rush to live fast and die young kind of idea. Me watch the sellouts living in safe places, their children going to good schools, they're raising their children and having the joy of being a parent, even grandparents turning into. They're having the joy of watching their money that they earned turn into old money. All these young people are dead left young money. And most of them dying without even having children. Or they're dying without any will and testament in place for when they die. So whatever they left behind, somebody are gonna draw it, that's so somebody pull it, that's a liquor gone, that's a liquor gone, that's so they don't have any real structure set in place to build off of what they came and did. So it's like, end of the day, you were here. That's it. Nothing is left to say you were here, you came, you built, left this, and legacy continues. For the first time in history, I was thinking the other night, sitting down on the couch, and I said to myself, say, why are we, and when are we going to admit this, that we are the most self-destructive people on the face of the earth? That's deep to say. Only think about what I just said, because some people got offended when I said it yesterday. Nah, I'm not riding with you with that one. I don't want you spreading that narrative. Because I see a lot of people from a lot of different countries. One person say running to the US because they are destructive to each other in their own countries. And what? Cut the bull. Cut the bull. Take a good look at the Asian community. Take a good look at the white community. Take a good look at the Hispanic community or Latino community, however you want to call it. Take a good look at all of them and then take a good look at us. We kill each other for no reason, my friend. We are just destructive. And it's towards our own. It's not even like we're destructive with a purpose. The rest of them, they're not innocent. Them destructive too. But they're destructive with a purpose. We have no damn purpose most of the time other than just want to destroy ourselves. And then the crazy part about it is we glorify it. That's the crazy part. We actually glorify our self-destruction. Not only are we the most destructive people on the face of the earth, we glorify our destruction. That's crazy. I was talking to my daughter and I said, Nick, I don't want you eating so much, constantly eating. I'm trying to teach her how calories build up, especially if you're inactive. And she was getting upset that I was talking to her like that. And I said, I want you to think about this. When somebody tells you something that benefits you and is good for you, it's going to make you a better person. That's somebody that cares about you. When you get offended when someone tells you stuff that's good for you, it says something about the state of your mind. How can you get mad if somebody is telling you something that's beneficial to you? You don't love yourself. And when people don't love themselves, they choose all kinds of stupidity in life when there is no self-love. You see, when you love yourself for real, when you truly love yourself, certain things won't even come your way because you could spot it from a mile down the road and just shoot it out there. Bah, I don't want that in my life. Nope, not going here. Don't hang around those. Don't do that for sure. I'm over here because I love myself. We lack self-love. We try to kill the people that tell us truth. We try to kill the people or we hate the people and we demote the people that come to teach us good and upliftment for ourselves. And we operate like this as a people. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm just saying what I see and what I've seen my whole life. We operate like that as a people. It's crazy. When I saw Designer yesterday crying like he was having a mental breakdown over the whole Quavo thing, I didn't feel no way. And I didn't because I'm looking at us again and I'm thinking, how many times are we going to keep doing the same thing? Every time one of these brothers get killed, everybody act like it's the first time this happened. That's weird. Think about this, Every time one of them get killed, everybody act like it's the first time that happened. The saying now is the most dangerous occupation in the world is a rapper. No, it's not. It's not. The rappers who are getting in trouble are the rappers who are definitely connected to something other than music. And they were doing or living a certain way, like living without common sense. Same thing for artists them in Jamaica, because you see how the thing run now. Don't you notice that it's the same self-destructive message? Because that's the type of hip-hop and rap that is given the main floor. If you want the big spotlight, you want the big record deals, you want the Maseratis and you want the Bentleys and you want the Ferraris and you want the mansion and you want to travel on private jets and stuff, just start making self-destructive music. There's a market for it. They have created a market for it. And I want to tell my people that, listen, someone is heavily invested in your demise. And they're having a party watching you not only kill yourself on repeat, but the amount of money they make from it. Quavo got killed. Takeoff got killed yesterday. A project that they had in the works dropped yesterday in 24 hours because his death was combined with the project dropping. 3.2 million views. 3.2 million views in like 18 or 17 hours. 3.2 million views. You see? Now, mind you, there are other people whose hands are in the money bag. So when the projects do good like that, they get paid. Not you, you're dead. And now your homies got to live with the remorse also. I saw the video. Quavo looked like he was arguing. Not looked like, he was arguing. An argument started between him and somebody else. In the video, I can't really tell if he did throw a punch, but it looked like he threw a punch. And then gunshots rang out. And the one person, all Takeoff did was he heard his brother's voice. In real life, it's his uncle, though. He heard his musical partner's voice in an argument, and he stood up to see what was going on. That's like if me and my brother go somewhere or me and my friend go somewhere, I know his voice. So if I hear yelling and stuff and his voice is involved after he stepped away from me, I'm going to look up like, yo, if I'm in trouble or what. That's all he did. He looked up to see what was going on and catch gunshots and dead, just like that. There's way more to the story, though, because, you know, like WAC 100 pointed out, the people that had them there, he seen them as he was laying there on the ground bleeding. He saw them walk right past him. They didn't stop to help Quavo. Quavo was there trying to take off up off the ground, and the people who had them there walked right past them. Two of them. I won't get into the politics of all that because I don't want to draw that the crowd and that attention to my space. Some people are saying they didn't go with heavy security SouFLo because, and then I listened to WAC 100 speak this morning, they didn't go with heavy security because the people that had them there are people who hold it down and were supposed to have their safety at, you know, their best interest. King Big says, SouFLo, so seeing that Migos and former label had issues makes me wonder if all that. I mean, you can wonder anything you want to wonder, but the end of the day is this. I'm wondering too, but the end of the day is this. We always kill the goose that laid the golden egg. Why didn't a broke ninja get killed that night? Why didn't one of the non-progressive, non-productive elements that were in there got killed that night? This is what we do. We kill the goose that lays the golden egg. That's what we do. Y'all don't notice that? Anybody start doing good, look like they're being successful, stop coming around. We go around because we're comfortable and tell ourselves, yo, man, I go back around at them ends there, you know, cause that's what me feel comfortable, you know, me I say, and you forget that 99% of the people who you're about to be around wish for your life or the things you've accomplished. And even if them don't wish for it, them jealous. So they don't mind seeing you die. Sad part about us is this. If one of these successful people should take some of these hateful people and say, come here, let me teach you exactly how I did this so you can go do it too for yourself. They won't do it. Man, that takes too much time. But they'll still be jealous of what they see you have or think you have. So jealousy is always around. It's sad that when we get successful, we have to move away from majority of our people. Think about that. The more successful you get, the further away from ninjas you have to move. That's factual. So with that, we are the most destructive set of people on the face of the earth. Nobody else is murdering all their young stars. Think about that. As you rise, them kill you. Nobody else is murdering or hating on or wants to kill all their young stars. Then again, the young stars aren't doing. Somebody said, listen, and I see it. I was on the couch the other night and I thought this, and I forgot I said half of it earlier and cut off myself. Watch this. Our reason in here. We are also the only people that take certain things and use it to destroy ourselves. Let me give you a good example. We're the only people that take certain things and use it to destroy ourselves. Me hear a man say, black people, they different. White boy, he jack a car, right? He steal a car. White boy take the car, go straight to the chop shop, get his money, on his way. Black, steal a car. He go to the hood. He ride around. He got to show this Maserati off before he do what he's supposed to do with it. Not only that, He pick up Kendrick. He pick up Lil Bo from down the block. He pick up Stevie J from over there. Now you got all 4 of them riding in a stolen car. Then police pull them over before they could get it to the chop shop. Now you got 4 ninjas going to jail for stolen vehicle. You notice what white boy did with it? You notice what we did with it. Same thing for scamming. I wanted to tell my brothers this and sisters this. You see the scamming thing? Don't feel like white people now chop though. They chop the best. You try to imitate those. If you ever get a scammer call yet, hello, this is Marvin Stewart calling from Publishers Clearinghouse. You are trying to imitate the accent that they actually have. They finesse too. When them chop big. Them no make nobody know so them a chop though. Them no make songs talking about I'm a chopper and me a choppy line. And me, they don't scam and then make songs to draw attention to them scamming, my friend. Them scam for years. Chop big for years. Invest it. Turn it into clean money. And then quietly step away from the chopping. We're different. We take the same thing. We chop. We get a whole heap of money. We have to make everybody know, say, I chop me a choppy line, you know. Yeah, bang a line, man. Take that money, go out every night, buy out the bar, big X. No, me no want no cheap liquor again. Give me the $500 bottle. Yeah, matter of fact, give me 50 of them there. Wet me up. Champagne showers and wet up the place. And please look at me. Law enforcement, please see me. If you're in the US, FBI, CIA, all them 3-letter word group, that please see me. DEA, please see me. I'm here. I want you to see me. White people chop quiet and chop way bigger than you chop. Why we take everything and destroy ourselves? The same things that people take to build themselves. Those are loopholes. Those are loopholes people found in the system and exploit them. They've always been there, and no matter how them change up laws, there will always be loopholes. And people will always go through them loopholes. But when you find your way, if you go through it too, don't tell everybody else, this is what me I do. There are countless examples of all the things we do. Other people do them too. And I don't know if we want to be known as the dumbest choppers alive or the dumbest scammers, because at the end of this story, that's what we're going to be like. Those who really are chopping, them white people that were really a chop, they're sitting back and laughing. It's like, look at them. They got a taste of it. Hey, bud, come here. Look at this. The Jamaicans are at it again. Or the black folks are at it again. Get a little taste. And we out there with it, destroying ourselves. We start buy a gun. We start form gangs. We start want take over area. We start kill off our own people. Who run gone with my money? Kill him family too if you can't catch him. Who have the lead sheet? The hot lead sheet for all the money they pan. Find that. Run up in our house. Kill off the whole of them in there. Tie them up. Make somebody know which part it there. All of them involved. Like, we are so... I don't know, man. We have to do better. But I don't see better coming. Now, this ain't for all of us. Some of us are here, but sometimes it gets overwhelming and it feel like, say, majority of the people them in a foolishness. If they're not in foolishness, they're co-signing some foolishness. If they're, listen what I just said, if they're not actively in foolishness, they're co-signing some foolishness. When Kevin, the brother was dead the other day, Kevin Samuels, when Kevin Samuels came out and started speaking, all Kevin Samuels was trying to do was give our sisters reality check and put our brothers in place also. Put them onto game. They crucified that man while he was alive, and when he died, they celebrated. And then a couple of months after, they're talking about, man, he was so before his time. I hated him when he was alive, but after he died, I really started listening to his material, and all this brother was doing was putting us on game. You have a next one right now in the American sphere named Charleston White. If you look at the comments under anything Charleston White does, few people support him, majority of the people, and it'd be thousands of comments. Majority of the people calling for his death. Are you gonna get yours soon? You're gonna get yours soon. I hope somebody run down on him, empty a whole clip in him, bust his head open. All that man is saying is this culture where he actually said rap music sent him to prison. Yeah, because when we were growing up, this is how he broke it down. He said, when we were growing up, we emulated and we wanted to be, we worshiped our stars. And in the early part of it, you know, rocking the medallions and all that, speaking conscious, EPMD stuff. And then when it changed, he changed with it. So he's here after all he's been through and a murder conviction and all that. And somebody gave him another chance when he didn't even think he deserved another chance. So he can't go back. But it was the music and the culture and what was glorified that influenced him so much as a child that he walked in that light. So, and it's still, and now he's here to say, listen, this whole glorification of guns, like white folks use their guns. They go hunting. They defend themselves. They stand for a cause, whether it's a cause you agree with or not. They carry it on their persons. They use it to protect themselves just in case. We out here carrying guns and just killing off each other for no reason. What you said? Hey, boy, listen, shut him out. Hey, bow, bow, bow. Hey, you chat too much, you know, that boy that for dead. Bow, bow, bow. Yo, I'm gonna like that girl there now. Or eat that girl. Bow, bow, bow. Yo, dry in her car. Car go around so. Make 4-man rape her. Dash her away. Gunpoint. Everything that they use to uplift themselves, better themselves, strengthen themselves, make themselves a force to be reckoned with, we use it to destroy ourselves, hold ourselves down, and make ourselves other people's footstool for more generations to come. Yeah, Charleston White was spot on with pretty much everything he has said. He has a crazy way of delivery, but I understand his technique because this is the internet. And if you want to get your message across enough time, you have to play crazy and do and say some extra stuff on top of some stuff and then come back and justify it later. Because people will say, oh, he's boring. He's boring. But when you talk madness, again, that's the technique, right? Feed them the medicine, but give them the medicine with something sweet or what they consider to be sweet. So he creates crazy content that they consider to be sweet and exciting, but then he drives it in with the message, the real message. Shock value, that too, Soldier 819. But look how they hate him though. You hate a man for saying that, bro, if you come in my neighborhood and I see you kill somebody, I'm telling. Look at the comments in the comment section. Oh, snitch ass. Yo, I hope somebody kill him. What? I'm not into anything with you. Me, you come in my neighborhood is peaceful and quiet. My kids can play outside. We pay taxes around here and pay a good pretty penny to live in this area. What you doing over here? And you want to come over here, come do what? And I seen you kill somebody over here? I'm telling. I see you over here breaking into cars and trying to bring that culture over here into this neighborhood where I live. I don't want my kids seeing any of that. I don't want my kids hearing certain things, being introduced to them before certain time. So yeah, and he's like, yeah, yeah, homie. So I'm calling the police, and I'm a tattletale. He said I'm a tattletale. I'm not even a snitch. I'm a happy snitch. I'm a tattletale. I'm telling. We switched it up. Again, we think if you protect yourself, you're a snitch. If you're protecting and cleaning up your community, you're a snitch. And we glorify the same stuff that we're trying to run from, and then it has room to grow and mass produce inside of our community. That's why you have so many gangs in Jamaica in that one small island. That's why you have so many killings. And same thing here in this culture. That's why within the culture itself, you have so much of this madness that's going on because it's been glorified. Glorifying it is like watering a plant, right? And the plant will grow, and you get the plant plant food, and you prim it and prop it up. You safeguard it, take care of it. It gets enough sunlight and everything. That's the violence that we glorify, the violence that we promote. Some people think they're innocent. I don't even support that artist. I just go, or I don't even support that person. I just go over there and watch the video every now and then. That's support. In today's world, that's support. You don't have to purchase a piece of product from anybody to support them. You're watching, your watch time is logged. You're empowering them. Right? We give more attention to negative than we do to positive, and then we end up in these situations all the time. I wonder why we're here. We're there because this is how we are glorified. Russell Simmons just released a video that said, this is it. The chicken has come home to roost. You know? People out there talking about it's a because it happened on Halloween with Quavo, with Takeoff. He lost his life on Halloween. People are saying, man, that's a demonic sacrifice they made. Some people are saying his uncle sacrificed him because Quavo is his uncle, and that's who was there with him. He sacrificed him so his solo career can take off. I'm just saying what's been said out there. But we live in a crazy world and a crazy time where you can't just X out everything, no possibility of that can never happen. You can't do that. Anything can happen out here. You know? So Kaitaja Empress says Russell Simmons, is he still running? Yes. I don't know if he's running. I know he packed up and ended up way over in Bali, I think it is. Somewhere that has no extradition treaty with the US. I'm very well aware of Russell Simmons' own stuff too. But that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother story. He's running, but he's running like Rushane is running. Rushane Patterson. Rushane Patterson is the some parts of India. Russell needs for humble. Kick bigs. Fame thing did different, man. Russell thing did back in the day, and Fame thing was you know, who wanna rock with the rock star. I seen somebody said some of y'all grandmamas and mamas was groupies, and y'all don't even know it.
Gleaner just posted that Rushane is in police custody.
The Gleaner just posted that? Wow. You hear what wife just said? As I was about to mention that, and I said Rushane, wifey came and said the Gleaner just posted that Rushane is in police custody. I'm gonna read you a letter that a woman wrote of her interaction with Rushane. So I'm gonna go over Gleaner to go look and see if he is in police custody. Because as far as we know, I see a jokey thing going yesterday. Imagine commissioner of police come to press conference about you turning yourself in. His family must be well connected, or he got some high power lawyer and some money for defend or something. Imagine that. The highest police in the land come to a press conference about you and when you plan to come talk to them. That's crazy. I hear them over there jumping around, you know, they beating around the bush, talking about it's sensitive. It's sensitive. So the news as of yesterday, before I go into the Gleaner today saying he's in police custody, Kingston, Jamaica, the police have indicated that Rushane Patterson, the individual named a person of interest in the death of social media influencer Aneka Townsend, is expected to make himself available for the police on Thursday. Today is Wednesday. Remember, they asked him to turn himself in for questioning before and him duck out. People were saying they saw him boarding a flight. Some people said, you got it wrong, SouFLo. It wasn't Norman Manley, it was Sangsters. I stand corrected. One of the airport in Jamaica, they said he was seen leaving the island. That was the talk for the longest, right? The police did say they didn't have any record of him leaving the island. Deputy Commissioner of Police Fitz Bailey, he made the disclosure during the Jamaica Constabulary Force's monthly digital press briefing on Thursday. Contrary to the reports that we have nothing to indicate that Patterson has left the country, and says an attorney that is representing Patterson had contacted them saying Thursday he would make himself available for them. Don't talk to me, talk to my lawyer. I seen people saying stuff like, listen, he's being asked to come in. When they're asking you to come in, you surely can say, I'll come in when I feel like it. It's not a warrant. It's not an order. It's being asked to. You ask me if you could come spend the weekend at my house. I have a choice. So they gave him a choice, pretty much, you know. But he will come in when he feel like it. And because of it's a murder case and a high-profile murder case, and all the other stories that were coming out, people were saying, no, the boy I run, because he knows I'm guilty, so he ain't trying to turn himself in. Because if it was me and my name calling at that, me I gotta turn myself in immediately and try to clear up my name quick fast. I'm gonna read a letter a young lady wrote about her recent encounter with said person. See, let's go over to the Gleaner in the meantime as well, see if he is there. Breaking news. All right, and it brought it front page too. Person of interest in Slickianna murder case arrested. And it's Rushane, and his face is here on the Gleaner. Front page. Says it right there. See him there? I don't know if I can't see it good. I don't want to drop my thing. There he is. And see the headline at the bottom of that says, person of interest in the Slickianna case arrested. Yeah. They have him. According to the Gleaner. I have to say according to the Gleaner, because when we done the show this morning, we done this. Also, SouFLo said they have him and them not have him, and the Gleaner made a mistake. So according to the Gleaner, he is in police custody. Rushane Patterson, the person of interest in the murder of social media influencer Aneka Townsend, is now in police custody. Law enforcement sources have disclosed. He was apprehended by the police at a guest house around one place on one part. All right. So yesterday I joined the live with the commissioner, and I said, everyone knows that in America, if you are a person of interest in a murder case, even if it's just for questioning, in law enforcement mind, you're a suspect until you come to clear your name or give them the information that they are requesting from you. So how come this man gets to negotiate over and over? I'll see you on Monday. On Monday, him don't show up. May I come in Wednesday? Wednesday, he don't show up. All right, Thursday, may I come here? And then Thursday, he don't show up. No bolo. Be on the lookout for. He was apprehended by the police at a guest house in Hanover about 1 a.m. on Wednesday. That means, just like I said, in the U.S., they will put the marshals on you and local law enforcement if you get pulled over for a traffic stop. Remember, you got told to turn yourself in for questioning. If you get pulled over for a traffic stop, they're handcuffing you. because you're in the database as this is somebody that's a person of interest to us. You don't get to negotiate here. I'm gonna turn myself in when I feel like it. No. So I said on the comment, I said, this is how it's done in the US. So why Jamaica do it like this? Oh, it's a big joke thing. There he is. So they obviously were also looking for him. Because what is the grounds on which they are arresting him? You can't arrest somebody just because of nothing. So why would they arrest him? He was apprehended by the police at a guest house in Hanover about 1 a.m. on Wednesday. It comes a day before he is expected to surrender to police. Townsend's body was recovered from the sea in Reading, St. James on Friday, October 21st. Today is November 2nd. It is reported that about 9 a.m. persons went to the beach and discovered a decomposing body floating in the water. They summoned the police, and the police sought assistance from their colleagues with the Marine Division. The Marine Division helped them to remove the body. A towel near her body was found covered with blood, and she had wounds to the back of her head. And alleged eyewitnesses, they went to a public restaurant that is popular and well known. And a lot of people are talking and said, we see him with her. Him and who we did see with her. Him and the next youth. Them leave here in our car, go a party. Last time she was seen by anybody. He's in police custody. This is going to be very interesting. Now we're going to see all the talk, right? All the talk about him family of money and they're well connected. Let's see how far this goes. Because to see the commissioner yesterday and the other one, Fitzbailey, I thought about, it is sensitive. Maybe he was saying that because they were trailing him. They had information on where he was. But you know, when you have good lawyer will tell you, make sure you know what you're doing. Or maybe it's the public pressure that has made them have to go get him. Just like in the Donnelly Donaldson case, it was the public pressure that made Noel get picked up and made the JCF started doing some real investigation. Watch this. Hide my ID. Hi, hide my ID. I am writing to you with tears in my eyes. This boy is pure evil. This is a woman's account, a recent interaction with him. I was raped by him and he tried to kill me. How that horrible night started off was that we went for dinner. I was getting to know him, kind of thing. I took a taxi to meet him because I never wanted him to know where I live. This was just in case, just in case I don't want to be with him in the future, kind of thing. Now, while at dinner, he seemed to be a good person. Let me say, we have been talking for 2 months on the phone after meeting him at a party. After dinner, I decided to let him drop me at my friend's house and pretend that this is where I live because she was going to move in 4 days. And I called her and she agreed. He drove on a lonely road and raped me. He strangled me. And I felt like my breath left my body. I cried and I begged him not to kill me. Let me go. Let go of my throat. Let me go. Let go of my throat. And I started to kiss him. And I started to tell him I love him. And I want to be with him. He was angry. I gave him oral sex. After this monster raped me, I had to sex him again. That night, I cried so hard. He threatened to kill me if I go to the cops. I went to my friends that night and I cried myself to sleep. I feel like killing myself right now. If I had reported this, Aneka would still be alive. To all her family and friends, please forgive me. I failed you all. I don't know, say over Andre Stevens, the whole of them writing because the ladies are dear and endeared. Them feel like them can't tell Andre anything. So them writing to him. And that was one of the letters, the most recent one that was sent in. Yeah. I'm not going to sit here and judge and say that is true, that did happen. But I will say too many of those have happened. Remember me read a couple of other ones to you before? For those who might have missed the live, you missed it. It's in one of the recent lives. I read a couple of other ones. Like the girl that works at the massage parlor that said he came in and they were dressed in suits and stuff. And he said he was a detective, JCF, and requested for her to massage him. And how him full up his mouth of liquor and grab her by her throat and spit it in her mouth. And she ran to the bathroom and she vomited in there. And she felt nasty and degraded and disrespected. It's too many of those stories that come out. I don't normally go with the if you know go so, it close to go so. Because I've seen people say stuff that really never go so and it not even did close to go so. So I'm not too join the one still, but I'm getting creepy vibes. I'm not putting out nothing that's not out there already. In case somebody want to say, SouFLo, you have to slow down because you're going to jeopardize. Maybe because all this is said about him in the public and his image is dirty, his lawyer could use this as an arguing point to say that, they're trying to try my client in social media world when in real life they don't have any of this. So no, I'm putting out stuff that's already out there. I'm just magnifying certain things just to show the audience. So I'm not put out nothing new for jeopardize anything. I want the police in Jamaica to do their job, do their due diligence, do their proper investigation. Nobody got dash for the case. Don't go too speedy with it and fly over everything. And if he is innocent, then may he walk. I don't want to see an innocent man go to jail. And I know of situations and circumstances that point to a person and is not the person. If you watch that show where they fight cases pro bono for free, the lawyer them, the name of it is in my mind. I can't say it right now. Me say it in a minute. The Innocence Project. Thank you, babe. If you watch the Innocence Project, you will know insurmountable amount of circumstantial evidence against people. But when proper investigation is done, it wasn't them. And man done the 15, 20 years already on a charge that it wasn't him. And they actually sometimes find the person who actually did do it. So I'm not going to sit here and try to judge and jury him and convict him. And I'm just saying, though, it's a lot of people that are talking. Are these people willing to come forward? Y'all are apologizing now, talking about I failed you. I think this is one way you can make a liquor restitution. This is one way you can make stuff better. This is one way that you can make this person pay if that is the person and that's what they truly did to you. Nobody apologize in text to her family and she dead. Because if y'all don't speak up and if y'all are not willing to stand up and point this time, if he is the person, you will be a part of sending him back out there again. And from the behavior pattern I've seen, if he is that person, that doesn't change in a person overnight. So you can might as well say he'll continue that same behavior then. Right? Dorothy T say, I'm sorry, I'm judging this one. Yeah, because I'm the host, I can't just go in, so I would need some more. You see, like in Noel Maitland case, yeah, me judge that one day. Because it's insurmountable amount of not only circumstantial but factual DNA metadata, solid, irrefutable facts that cannot be disputed. The Donnelly Donaldson case is pretty much an open and shut case, really. But you know, they want to dance around and do things. We're doing things properly and all that. Okay, we give you that. But just when you get to the end, make sure is a conviction and is a life sentence at the minimum, right? Because it's open and shut, really. This particular case, though, I was with SouFLo did that too, and SouFLo did with her. And after she left Rushane, him drop her off over my house. I was actually the last person with her, but nobody saw me. They saw him. So I can't go in there with an excuse today. So if they don't have proper stuff in place, the money will go walk. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. So then better put it together properly. If they're convinced that this is who this person is, put it together properly and get him off the streets.
Remember saying abscond bill this year in a bill.
Yeah, then me tell them that already too. Yeah. So that's why them probably pick him up. That's the reason for the arrest.
Absconded bill, so that's why they pick him up. They can hold him in until.
That's what I tell her if you come do a show with me sometime, you know. She always hiding behind the scenes. So yeah, like wifey said, that's true. And I said it in the other video before, but me forget. So he was on another charge right before Aneka situation. And he was, and it was a rape and murder charge too. We're not talking about the old one back in 2014. We're talking about 4 or 5 months ago. And he was released on bail on that one about 5 months ago. And he absconded bail. So just know when me say, why would they arrest him? Because you can't just arrest somebody because they didn't come in for your questioning, right? Especially when their attorney told you they'll be there tomorrow, according to Jamaica laws, not US. Wifey just reminded me that, yeah, 5 months ago, he was on another rape and murder something charge and got released on bail, and he absconded that bail. He was supposed to turn up for a court date in May, and he didn't show. And he's been out there since. This is information that was printed, Gleaner, Star, all that, from the police. Everybody was saying, well, how come they didn't make that public right away? You just released him on murder rape charge on bail. And now he is on pretty much similar thing again. And he was on the same thing before that. Yes, divine order, but that's Jamaica for you. Man commit murder and rape, right? Victim come back from getting their throat slashed and say, that's him. He did it. Released on bail. Victim who said he did it disappears. No one knows where that victim is. Case goes to court. Case gets thrown out based on we don't know where that victim is, the one that pointed you out and said it was you. It's crazy. He does it again a couple months ago. Allegedly. Same thing again. Released on bail. Dash again. Crazy. Let me see. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Yeah, blessed morning, my brother.
Morning, fam. How you doing?
Yeah, just a tune in, you know.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you're off the topic, the Slickianna topic. You still at it?
Yeah, them sir Rushane is in police custody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, from the first thing I come out with that story, we have a couple questions so far. See?
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned say multiple times the brother do the same thing. Got locked up.
Bail.
Go to court, get bail.
Mm-hmm.
Me tell you already, the Jamaican system is a puppy show, a dolly house business, you know.
We see that, brother. We see that. We all see it.
Is a dolly house. So, and the story out the way, them are saying connected to some big name. They kind of start believe that to go, how one man, that's a serial rapist, brother.
Serial rapist and murderer.
And you tell me, say 2014, you get locked up for the same thing, see, rape and murder. You get locked up again for the same thing after that. This year again, you get locked up for the same and keep on getting bail.
Exactly. It's crazy. It sounds crazy me even saying it.
Yeah. So even if every time him do that, him go to a different judge, a different court, in a different person or something, aren't there information in the system about like if somebody commit a crime like that? Where if a judge in St. James cover the case before, one in a Kingston will also see the same thing and know so well this man is a habitual offender.
Right. Which you said the national DNA database?
Yeah.
That's what would be in it.
But as you mentioned the other day with the American where come along and get frustrated and go back up so far.
Right.
It's quite apparent that these people in Jamaica, so-called leaders, they do not want change.
That's what the man from America said when he left. He said it is so frustrating, and he has come to the conclusion, hates to say this, but it's those same people who are saying that they want it put together, them not want it put together because what's going on behind the scenes, they're the ones putting the most obstacle in the way to get it established, and that is frustrating to him. And he can't understand why. Me say, me understand why though. Me understand why.
Yeah,
but
you don't understand why because you don't know how the system run at Jamaica. Like, no, as I said the other day, no politician, nobody offer high standard, the upper echelon, the leader, ever get caught and locked up for corruption.
None.
Like, look at the man who beat him woman with chair on camera.
And then pretend to them want to throw him out, right?
Exactly. But because they know the law or whatever rule in the constitution about government,
the man keep in position. Yeah.
Because them know say if them say one thing, him can go
and do
something else and still remain among them.
Yes. All he had to do was vacate the party he was with and be an independent. And that's all him do.
So okay. So if you run independent, what kind of job is there for a person like that?
The same job we did do before.
If the ruling party is responsible to give people jobs or work within the government, right? And the opposition would also be responsible for the same thing if they get in power. A man who come out of the ruling party and run independent in a situation like that, what kind of representation would have been there for him, for the people? So how that position makes sense run independent?
Right.
You understand?
Right.
So them take Jamaican people for idiots.
Yeah. Yeah. And the people them not say nothing because, we're so beat down and we've seen the same BS for so long. We just feel like, that's how the thing works. So we might as well work with it.
And I always say, brother, Jamaica right now, you always encourage people to go back, which me not against it, but me personally, God forbid nothing for him to me America, me no want to go back to Jamaica go live, brother. Because it's getting worse. Jamaica has no better to get.
I hope different though.
And it's easier to see that from outside looking in. But
yes,
inside
I said that. Yes.
Because now you're able to compare how other countries operate, how other countries' justice system operate. You understand?
Absolutely.
Them hold people accountable when they do wrong. No matter your status.
True.
But one more question before we leave.
Yes.
With the Rushane story.
Yeah.
In committing alleged in crime in 2014, was he able to travel before that?
That's what I don't know. And I'm guessing probably he did. He was. But remember, like they said.
So that means he's probably a permanent resident here or a citizen.
Probably.
Because
But check this out.
If you have to go renew back your visa,
right,
you need police report, right?
Yeah.
So him do all of that, keep coming back and forth, him come doing crime and then him fly out. See? You keep getting bail. I feel like this man connected to somebody.
Somebody higher up.
Somebody higher up.
That's not being revealed yet though, but that's the talk.
Because
that's the
even
talk.
now, him abscond bail. Look how brave this brother is. Him abscond bail a couple months ago, SouFLo, for the same crime.
Same crime.
And still in Jamaica.
Yeah. I move around like regular people.
I move around, yeah.
Their restaurant, I eat big public scenery.
Him do this thing, you know.
No.
And if people never call him up on social media, he would still be in Jamaica right now. Walking around, looking at a woman.
Yes.
See? How ironic is it that as his name start called, him got the same day name call him book a flight, Georgia.
But here's the thing. I don't know if him fly out and come back. Right now, news just break this morning that he is in police custody and then pick him up at a guest house. Now remember, you know, the police did say they did look and them not have nothing that says that he actually left the island. So what they were probably trying to say is, no, he's still here. Somebody's trying to throw us off, make us think he left, but he's still here. And we have knowledge of him, but them probably couldn't say all of that. You know, them probably, like Brahma Wright says, rat trap set. Them probably couldn't say all of that then. They're like, we know Sam there. So we are, you know, we are going circling and see where I'm play with.
Okay, so.
But his attorney.
Police had that intelligence, right? Where would Nationwide get that information from?
Boy, I don't know, you know. That me I said to. And Nationwide published it twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the second time them double down, like
right,
a source where they get that credibility from. You understand?
Let me tell you, I see a thing happen in Jamaica one time, right? Check this out. And I didn't know this. So you learn something new every day. A journalist went and interviewed a wanted man. The wanted man was a police officer that was wanted for murder. A journalist knew his location, went and did an interview with him and published the interview to the public, but still had the right to protect our sources, quote unquote, was the excuse, and not give his location to the police that was looking for him. When we did see that a couple of years back, I was like, what? This? Me know where gunman them there, where killer saw some. I go around, they go get a big interview. Me can't tell you which part them there though, but me I'll give you the story. I was like, what are for real? But yeah, it happened. It truly did happen. So Jamaica run away, my friend. That's different. And we outside, me not understand some of the stuff still. I'm just trying to, but it don't make sense.
It don't make no sense. And it not going to make no sense. So because it'll get worse, the country will get worse, and we see it obvious, brother. From leaders come right down, because right now, people around the country like it's a free for all. And anybody can come in and do anything.
Right. And then Henry says he called in on Popeye's show and he said that he did fly out of the country. So maybe he did, or maybe he was trying to mislead them to think while he was laid up in a guest house. Because when Slickianna's body was found, right, that same day, based on intelligence, the JCF did an operation upon his house, Rushane's house, run through the house, look for him, and confiscated his vehicle.
That was in St. James.
So him did have the knowledge already. Say, me I shift and go around guest house, go stay or left the house. So when they went, them couldn't find him. Them take him car. I don't know if the intelligence said that's the car that he was seen in with her and so on. So them take the car to go. Well, you know them do the CSI stuff.
It is out there that it was a blue car she was in. So.
Yeah, well, we will see the rest of the information come out now, or we will see him just walk out. May I watch? I want to see.
All right, my boss. God bless them.
Man, I respect my brother.
All
right, cool. Here we are, sir. We've come to the end of the morning. We're gonna end it right here, sir. But keep your eyes on this one. The same way you keep your eyes on the Donnelly Donaldson case, and the same way we're still waiting to see what's going to happen in the Donnelly Donaldson case because it can't go anywhere. It can't go anyway. It's the same way we will keep our eyes on this, right? And remember, we're not bust out nobody's secret because we don't claim to know anything. We're discussing what is being publicly put out there. We just highlight certain things and we talk about things. All right. Manners and respect to each and every one of you for tuning in this morning. Big up on yourself. I'm gonna get some workout right now. I'm gonna try to get my body back in shape. Health is wealth. Every couple of months, I try to get my body back in shape. I need to stop this. Because I was in shape a couple months ago and then I drop off a shape and then me you know when them used to tell us that you drop off a shape, we used to hear big people say, boy, I should drop off a shape. So anyway, me drop off a shape, people, so I go get myself back in shape. Me talk to you later. All right? One love. Be good. And be good to yourself. I'm out. Peace.